Hello, this is a part 2 for a deep dive into HRM. In this video, I'll be taking a look at HRM through the lens of a real-world company. That company is id Software, a video game development company based in Houston, Texas. In this video, I'll be reviewing topics we've seen in the last video, such as id Software as a company and how it creates a positive organizational culture. Uniquely in this video will be an exploration of how it plans for, selects, and recruits its workforce. This aspect of the company is absolutely essential to its HRM strategy. So, we'll be taking a deep look at how it does such things and what aspects of selecting and recruiting the workforce we at id Software focus on. At id Software, our development is led by the brightest of minds that the video game industry has, and we make our games with groundbreaking technology so that we can provide our customers with nothing but the highest of quality games. At id Software, our motto is innovation, immersion, and intensity. We take pride in providing technical, design, artistic, and technological innovation in the gaming industry through the creation of our many world-renowned franchises. However, we don't take pride just in our games. We take pride in how we manage our human resources and how we at id Software take care of our employees. Let's briefly review how we at id Software have created a culture of well-being. We think that the cornerstone for a culture of well-being is organizational culture. Without a positive organizational culture, there's no way for the workplace environment and culture as a whole to be positive. As such, we've taken steps such as giving our employees the freedom to innovate. We've taken special consideration and measures for things such as ergonomics, which are vital in a video game company where employees are always on their desks. And we hire those we know have passion for the games that we make. Another important aspect of an organizational culture and a culture of well-being is healthy employee interaction and engagement. Both of these are extremely vital, especially in the video game industry, where employees must constantly interact and communicate on their work. It's important that they interact healthily. We must avoid things such as bullying, discrimination, and harassment. We allow for casual work attire so that our employees can feel like their work is a second home, and we take safety precautions to also prevent things like bullying. Employee engagement is critical in an organization. If our employees feel fulfilled, then naturally they will perform well and the company will see results. We engage our employees by celebrating their work and the innovation they inspire. We make sure to build trust between managers and employees, and we ensure that our hires fit with the culture and that their skill set is optimally used for the job. At the base of everything, though, a work culture rests on the manager. If a manager does not effectively reflect the vision that the company has for its culture, then that culture will never take shape. Managers need to promote engagement, they need to promote a safe workplace, and they need to promote ethics in the workplace. If a manager effectively takes care of these three issues, then as a result, the culture will be positive. Next, let's take a look at how we at id Software plan for, select, and recruit our workforce. At id Software, we like to treat every single video game we produce as a passion project. As such, our recruiting goals and the strategies we use to recruit are very precise. We like to have effective human resource planning so that we may make the most of our strategic plans. Human resource planning is essentially the practice of hiring employees who have the correct competencies for the job and using those employees effectively so that the company may reach its objectives. In our case, those objectives are creating games of high quality that will satisfy our customers. Our recruiting goals and strategies are built upon certain aspects that we feel are absolutely essential to effective human resource planning. Firstly, we take great care in choosing where we recruit from, specifically if we recruit internally or externally. As a result, id Software is always at the ready with competent employees who are always motivated. We also value our employees' familiarization with the company and development in the workplace, which is why we also heavily focus on employee orientation, training, and development. Recruiting internally and externally are completely different beasts. Internal recruitment is advantageous because it lets already experienced employees flourish in new positions. External recruitment, on the other hand, helps to remedy things such as homogenization of company values by having fresh blood in the company, which inspires new idea and new creative minds. Because of the differences in recruiting methods, we take great care in how we recruit. For example, by using succession planning, which is the tracking and development of promising employees for potential promotions, a game developer is identified to have provided great ideas about how the games we make can be improved, essentially by providing design advice. And as such, we see the employee has potential in a game design position. When a game design position opens up, it would be advantageous to recruit the employee for the following reasons. The company would capitalize on the previous investments they've made on the employee, and they would continue to do so with him in a promoted position. The employee is rewarded for their accomplishments, and it promotes dedication throughout the whole workplace. And the employee can be further developed through training. While both internal and external recruitment have their advantages, they also have disadvantages. Internal recruitment can cause the homogenization of company values and ideas. Essentially, if you always have the same employees in your company, then no new ideas are ever introduced, and creativity within the company becomes stagnant, as well as the beliefs within the company and perspectives. External recruitment has significant disadvantages, such as job performance of candidates is completely unknown, so any new employees that are welcomed into the company are essentially wild cards. New candidates, they take more time and money to train since they're unfamiliar with the company, and external hires will have more limited salaries than internal hires. So this means that the supply for new candidates is lowered. Employee orientation and development is absolutely crucial at id Software. In order to improve employees' experience in the company and their performance, we paid special attention to how we go about employee orientation and development. Implementing an orientation plan so that our employees are familiarized with the company and learn how to do their jobs effectively gives our company several advantages, such as a lower turnover rate, improved employee morale, and it optimizes the training process. As for training and development, which is absolutely crucial in a video game company that requires innovation, we use the ADDIE model to design our training programs. As for training and development, which is absolutely crucial in a video game company that requires innovation, we use the ADDIE model to design our training programs. We assess by analyzing what our employees' development needs are. We design, where we establish instructional goals, factoring of trainee characteristics and outlining learning principles. We then develop. Once a program is designed, it must be created and tested. We then implement, which is the delivery of the program to the trainee through various methods. And finally, there's evaluation, where we determine the program's effectiveness through inspection of reaction, behavior, learning, and results. We have several training methods that we use to communicate our development programs effectively to our employees. Firstly, there's on-the-job training, which is effective for teaching new employees how games are made in the company and for fostering communication and building relationships between employees. E-learning is especially useful in the industry since remote work is rising, and it's extremely accessible to all employees. We hold a lot of seminars and conferences, which allows department heads and employees from all over the company to communicate and build relationships. Special tasks and projects are also allocated to new employees so that we can effectively assess their strengths and their weaknesses and plan for career progression. First, lay plans which will ensure your victory, and then lead your army to battle. If you will not begin with stratagem but rely on brute strength alone, victory will no longer be assured. This quote by Sun Tzu from his famous book The Art of War perfectly sums up another one of id Software's core HRM philosophies. A company must first lay plans that will ensure victory by designing jobs that have relevant responsibilities and effectively arrange tasks for appropriate roles so that employees who fill said positions work well and produce results. They can't simply rely on brute strength alone. This would result in jobs that aren't optimized for certain employees and essentially aren't even optimized for the company as a whole. Employees who fill said positions would really just be wasting their time as they wouldn't be producing optimal results for the company.